Tonight, we're diving headfirst into SLC Punk, the loud, chaotic, hilarious, and surprisingly emotional cult classic about punk rock, rebellion, and figuring out who you are when the world keeps trying to label you. From wild parties and mohawks to deep conversations about conformity and growing up, this movie somehow balances total insanity with real heart. So grab your combat boots, crank up the punk music, and get ready as we break down one of the most unforgettable underground films of the 90s. SLC Punk.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Can I say it's weird that this movie didn't come out in '99? Like this is clearly a '99 movie.
I mean, for the list of movies, like on the timeless list that came out in '99, this one should be on there.
Yeah.
It such a great movie. Was this anybody's first time watching it?
I thought I had seen this, but I did not. So
You've
this
never
is my
seen
first
it.
time watching
Okay.
it. Yep.
I saw the first 20 minutes of it as a kid, channel surfing at my grandparents who had cable back before, we had cable. And I saw the very opening scene where they're talking about the dude running through the sprinkler with the acid in his pocket, and it does that whole like clay animation, whatever, where it shows the acid burning through his leg.
Oh yeah.
That's about as
That's
far
awesome.
as I got. And the only other thing that I remembered from, like I said, maybe the 15 or 20 minutes of the film that I did see was Matthew Lillard's blue hair. That was the only thing I could remember about this film. So technically, yes, this is the first time I've ever watched this movie all the way through.
All right.
Colby, you popped my cherry.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'm
same.
always
you.
always happy to do that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it as we talk about it here. Jesse, you have seen it before, right?
Yeah, I've seen it before. I can't remember if I saw it on IFC or if you showed it to me. It was one of those.
Okay.
And I remember thinking that it was the perfect movie for me at the time. And like, I think it's probably best soundtrack of all time. At least when I was a kid, I
Yeah.
love that soundtrack. And
To say that this movie would have changed my life is strong. That's very strong. But this movie, had I watched it at 11, it would have definitely had an impact on my life.
For sure.
I watched this movie later in life, probably 17, 18. So still like Matthew Lillard does such a great job at like just ramping you up. You want to be like, yeah, fuck the man, fuck America, fuck everyone.
The opening to this movie is basically, hey, fuck America
Yeah.
and everything it stands for. And then the whole opening to this film is really just Matthew Lillard's, what do you want to call it? I mean, youthful expression of what anarchy means to him and why he believes anarchy is that's it. That's what should be existing. Fuck the system, fuck the man. Everything should just be anarchy. And very movie takes place from the viewpoint of the youth.
Yes.
Somebody who's very youthful, and honestly, it makes me miss that time. It's high school. It's like, oh yeah, like, I mean, no, none of us were punks, but I get where he's coming from. Like, I'm not gonna grow up to be like my parents. I'm gonna grow up to do the same stupid shit they're doing. Like, this movie from the very beginning, yeah, it hits pretty hard and leans into the
captures you
whole
in.
punk motif. Yeah.
For sure.
Mhm.
Blaine, did you happen to get any fun facts and movie details?
Oh, absolutely. I got you. First fun fact, this brought me back to a childhood memory where I actually had blue hair in high school. I'm not sure if you guys remember that. But I had
Dude,
hair.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
had the freaking blue gel on it. It was stupid as shit, and I can't believe I did it, but I did it. So there you go. Yeah, fun facts. Here we go. So Matthew Lillard's character Stevo was originally supposed to just have bleach blonde hair. But when he got the bleach job, the peroxide actually burned his scalp so badly it left like a hideous mess. So they decided to dye his hair blue as a way to kind of hide that burn that he had on his scalp.
Damn.
Right? The scene in where Steve-O's parents' living room, where they're kind of trying to convince him to go to Harvard, was actually shot in the director's father's house.
Oh, cool.
Which I thought was pretty cool.
It's one of my favorite scenes. That
Dude,
it's
so good. Because honestly, we're going to talk about it. Like, I thought it was going to go a completely different way. So we're going to talk about that scene. The apocalyptic imagery that appears behind Sandy when she tells Steve-O something beautiful is footage from Terminator 2 Judgment Day. And I knew that
so.
looked familiar.
Dude, yeah, I was about to say, I'm like, is that T2? Like, I didn't want to presumptuous, but I'm like,
huh.
I've seen that before.
Absolutely, man. Yep, it's from Terminator
That's
awesome. 2. So the band that we see in this film, known as ECP, the Extreme Corporal Punishment, is actually a real punk band called $8 Experiment, and they're actually still rocking and making music to this day.
Fuck yeah!
Fuck
Good
yeah!
for them.
Right? This is I thought it was kind of funny because I actually I love this movie. It's not the best movie, but Matthew Lillard also plays a punk in 1998's Senseless. So I believe he did SLC Punk first, and then he did Senseless with Marlon Wayne. So Lillard is, a punk rockin'. He wears Misfits, Final Conflict, Naked Aggression shirts. He's got piercings everywhere, and I think he has a Prince Albert hooked to a chain on his groin and his nipples, which is pretty funny. I think he calls it the Devil's Triangle.
Have you guys seen that movie?
Oh, it's
That movie's so funny. Good. Yeah,
it's so funny, dude. So in the commentary, Matthew Lillard actually states that he can only do the scene where he finds Bob's body alone, and that he had to actually conjure up memories of his dad to make himself cry, which that's pretty sad, man.
Yeah.
This is like a little discussion that I looked up about this. So while I was watching this, I'm just like, you know what? Did real punks actually like this movie? So got some mixed feelings. It's kind of split down the middle. So some of them loved its depiction of pushing back against dominant local cultures, along with the highly regarded soundtrack featuring Dead Kennedys, the Ramones, and Generation X. And even though some scenes were exaggerated, it captured the social dynamic of punk houses, underground shows, and the internal tribalism. So, punks versus mods very well. So those type of punks notated that, and they did like that portion. Those who disliked it felt like it focuses too much on the theatricality of being punk, spiked hair, clothes, rather than the actual ideology and music of it.
Fair.
And I knew this was going to happen. So that Steve-O, like growing up and selling out to become a law student, infuriated many in the punk community who believe punk is a lifelong ethos, not a rebellious phase.
I see it.
We knew a lifelong punk at McDonald's, Eric Fromm.
Yeah, he's still there, man. Still.
Yeah, dude.
Is he really?
Still punking out. Yep.
He has a very attractive French wife.
That's awesome. Hell
Yes,
yeah.
he does.
Nice. Budget breakdown. So estimated budget for this movie was about $600,000. Domestically did not do well. It made about $299,569 due to limited theater releases, and it was classified as an independent film. But it became an instant cult classic, obviously gaining popularity like crazy over the years. And honestly, I'm not sure if you guys knew this. It did spawn a sequel. It came out in 2016 called Punk's Dead. It's actually following Bob's son and his punk friends. So that actually reprises the role of Bob, kind of like a ghostly flashback. Trish, played by Sarah Clark, again, Bob by Michael, and then even Sean with David Sawa. And unfortunately, it features Machine Gun Kelly in it as well. Just fair warning. I'm not a huge fan of Machine Gun Kelly as an actor, but I actually did like him in. You guys ever see Nerve?
No, I wanted to see that one. I haven't seen it yet.
It's It's actually pretty good. I recommend checking it out. He actually does a pretty good job in that movie, but he's even kind of punk in that movie too. But
I'm kind
yeah,
of
that's what I
a
got.
MGK fan, so I might
Hey,
have to check this out. So
honestly, music wise, great. But yeah, actor kind of. But honestly, check out Nerve. He does a great job in that. And I haven't seen Punk's Dead. Looks interesting. But definitely still harnesses the. He looks like a punk through and through in that movie, Colby. So I think you'll really like that.
nice. Yeah, I'll check it
Heck
out.
yeah. Well, that's what I got for fun facts and budget breakdown for SLC Punk.
All right, I
I'm
did
not.
do. Oh, go for it.
Oh, I'm not gonna throw. Well, I don't know if you want to call this a fun fact, but for any How I Met Your Mother fans out there, I don't know if you caught this, but Jason Segel's character in this goes on to be an environmental lawyer,
Yeah.
Oh, that's
which
funny.
Marshall from How I Met Your Mother. I'm like,
That's
is
that's,
this his origin story? Because if so, I believe it. Like I could
that's
see
hilarious.
Marshall having some as a young adult having some untapped anger issues and just
I mean,
slamming some dude's head into a wall. It's like
he
I
used
could see
to,
that all day.
at least in How I Met Your Mother, he used to beat the shit out of his brothers
Yeah,
constantly.
dude.
So it kind of
Yep.
lines up. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so maybe I don't know. I mean, maybe a fan theory. I didn't see that or anything. I'm just like, wait a minute, like
Yeah,
Marshall. Like I
I
just
think
want to throw that
that's
out there.
I think that's too on the nose not to be like How I Met Your Mother took that idea from that movie and just
Yeah.
It had to
continued
have
out.
been a nod at the very
Yeah,
least. Like, come
definitely.
on.
That's
I'm gonna say
awesome.
this right now. He was my favorite character in the movie.
I was gonna
Yeah.
ask who
Yeah,
everyone's favorite character was.
Yep.
he's probably my
Yeah.
favorite. I like Bob a lot.
I mean,
Bob's the
I
man.
think the show
Love
itself
Bob.
should have been called My Friend Barney, but other than that, like, yeah, Marshall was the man.
Oh, you like Marshall, yeah? From
Yeah.
How I Met Your Mother. Who's your favorite character in SLC Punk?
SLC. I mean, look, Heroin Bob. He's the man.
Awesome.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's nothing not to love about the guy. Like, yeah, he's got some anger issues. One of my favorite scenes is him standing there talking with who's the Mark? Is that the Euro guy?
Yeah, dude.
hmm
Yeah, he's sitting there kind of talking with Mark, and Mark's just like chatting in his ear, and you can tell Bob wants none of it. He's just sitting there puffing on his cigarette, and he just goes, hold on, I gotta go do something. And he just walks into the crowd and just starts swinging. And I'm like, we've all had those nights, It's like, yeah, I get it. I get you, Bob.
My favorite Bob moment is when you have all this build up of Bob being just like a hardcore punk and he's like violent and angry. And then he walks up to Salwa's character who's all fucked up on acid and he's like so kind and slow and easy with him. And he's like, what's going on, man? Why are you outside? And it's like, it's negative degrees or whatever. That's like my favorite scene because I was like, it shows that other side of Bob that he's like, he can be really caring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he
Oh, yeah,
likes you,
dude.
he loves you. He's gonna
Yeah.
look after you. I'm Bob. Okay, so I did do like a kind of a scene breakdown here. Try not to get lost in it, but this will cover kind of like 24 minutes. I got 4 sections here. So
Yeah.
the first part is the punk life in Stevo's world. We meet SLC Punk protagonists Stevo and Heroin Bob as they live inside the Salt Lake City punk scene. The movie introduces the rival groups, parties, fights, and Stevo's constant narration about punk culture and rebellion. So, yeah, opening up, of course, Matthew Lillard he just captures you. And we see, what is it, the Hicks at first, or the
Rednecks.
Rednecks.
Yep.
And they're just like talking about going to a party or slinging poon. And then
Getting some poon, man.
you just get Bob and Steve-O come out of nowhere and just beat the shit out of them.
Beating him with pipes.
Yeah.
Listen, that pipe out of nowhere, dude.
Which
It's just how it is.
I loved how they kind of just like beat him, It wasn't like they were trying to kill him or put him in the hospital or anything. They just kind of gave him some lumps, take your lumps, and they ran off. Super dope.
Can I say that scene reminded me of oh my god, what's the first one we watched where the choir boys Altar Boys.
Altar
That
Boys.
scene kind of reminded me of the Altar Boys, two best friends hanging out, except for beating the shit out of someone. Obviously, they cut down a pole, but like for some reason, that scene right there really reminded me of the Altar Boys movie.
Yeah.
And you can clearly see Colby's taste in movies. Like every movie he's picked has been like 2 to 4 best friends going on adventures. They're kind of
got
like
a soft spot, man.
that's
Still
true.
waiting for Goonies for him to say Goonies or something, man.
I'm always down to watch some Goons. And we're not done yet. I got plenty more buddy comedies and coming to life movies, man. They're something about them. They just capture me. I love to watch them.
I also really like Steve-O's dad in this movie. I find him.
He's
the
my
best.
favorite character, I think.
Shooter McGavin.
I feel like he plays the same character in every movie.
He does.
He's a little bit different in this one, but he's always like that rich dude, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Just remember, he didn't sell out. He bought in.
He bought in.
Like, you freaking poser. No, I mean,
wagon.
That is this whole movie, though, that I love that whole interaction where he's like, he gives him the whole lecture of, me and your mom went to Woodstock and we fought for something. We believed and changed the world. It's like you're a sellout corporate lawyer who moved into the middle of nowhere bumfuck Utah, or like, yeah. I mean, that whole scene where he's kind of given Matthew Lillard's character the, hey, you need to go to Harvard talk. So good. I think that's one of my favorite scenes in the whole movie.
Definitely.
So after they beat up the rednecks, it kind of just opens up. Matthew Lillard and Bob, they're in their apartment. And I believe he's talking about, like, there wasn't many of them at the time. So there were kind of maybe the first 2 punks in Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
And how they tried to do some things, but it just wasn't happening. So their way of fighting back was kind of just wasting their youth. Like they were just going to do nothing.
That was their form of rebellion.
Yeah.
Is like their way of fighting the system and to completely rebel 100% against what society wants them to do is to do absolutely nothing.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about that? Does that make sense?
Well, as a kid, I'm like, when I watched this as a kid, I'm like,
fuck
yes.
yeah.
But as an adult, I'm like,
them.
as an adult, I'd kick the shit out of these guys. I'm like, guys, break the fuck up.
Well, and it's pretty ironic, Jesse, because the entire time I was watching the entire first third of this movie, I'm like, this is Jesse and his hammer and sickle tattoo.
Yeah, my commie phase.
This is Jesse as a kid being like, I'm not doing what society wants me to do. And I'm like, yeah, I remember I remember being like, yeah, how are you gonna do that? Like, but you're coming to school.
Yeah.
You're completely against the system, but you show up for school every day.
I know. It's like my whole family's just all rides horses and works on farms and shoots guns, and I'm like, I'm gonna be a punk. I'm gonna rebel. And now look at me. I got all this shit here. I'm now my dad.
Oh man. Well, and it's great though, because I feel about that, I get what he's trying to do. But if you zoom out as 30-something-year-olds watching this kid waste his life away in I'm assuming is an abandoned warehouse, it looks like you guys are squatting in. I mean, okay, do that while you're young.
Yeah.
It's the equivalent of go travel and do shit while you're young. Like, okay, if you just want to waste your life away smoking cigarettes, listening to shitty music, and doing absolutely nothing, hanging out in a warehouse, now's the time to do that.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Yeah, we're kind of meeting the other groups of people. So who are there? the rednecks. We get the mobs. The mobs. Mods. Okay. I think there's even like skinheads in it, which everyone fucking hates skinheads, which was fucking punk. Like fuck
and
those guys.
New Wave. They got no chance. The New Wave kids got no chance.
That's so funny.
And then we meet what's his name from who's that?
Oh, the kid from the mods that kind of acts like the diplomat.
No, that kid's awesome. I'm talking about
green hair.
Yeah, the green hair. What's his name?
Sean.
Sean.
Yeah. Which I loved this character at first. Once he like gets all that acid on him, he's kind of a fucking weird
dude. His fucking red mitts were cracking me up too. I thought they were the lobster, like, you know, oven gloves at first when I saw them. Like, dude,
his fucking job interview was so fucking funny.
Hey. But when he's selling those kids drugs and they're like, oh, you know, fuck you, we'll kick your ass. And he's like, kick my ass. Woo. Like, that part has stuck with me. Like, anytime I'm about to get into like an altercation, which isn't very often, because I'm a pussy, but I think of this part like, what's gonna happen? They're gonna kick my ass? So what? Yeah, like I've taken lumps. I've wrecked my bike. That hurts.
Colby's always been that way, where he's like, he always took that motto from Green Street Hooligans, where he's like, you're not made of glass.
Exactly.
And,
like,
and he's also notorious for getting in people's face and going, okay.
Not so much as an old man, but
it's a little different when you're older.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in high school, all the time.
Yeah.
No, this part of the film is what I caught on TV as a kid. Like, it was right when I saw so he's out selling drugs, and I'm like, dude, it's the kid from Casper. You know, as a kid, like watching this movie pretty young, and they're explaining he's got acid. Like, this was before I knew what acid was. I just remember catching this movie on cable at my grandparents' house, and it was right at this part where he starts, like, he gets caught by the school cop and he starts running through the fountain or whatever, the sprinkler, and all the acid just melts into his leg, and it does that cool, like, X-ray Mortal Kombat 3D, you know, whatever effect, where the acid's just boiling into the muscle tissue, and I'm just like, I don't want to watch, like, this is too much. Like, I don't want to watch this. So I changed the channel, like, right here. So I never, before this point, never saw past that point in the movie. But even now, seeing that, I'm like, I can only imagine what that would do to this poor man. Like,
that's what I think. I've never done acid, but what do you say? He had 100 hits of acid, right?
100 hits of acid.
Oh my
like
God.
Like a god dose of acid straight to the dome. I don't know what that would do to a person. Well, obviously in this movie, he ended up living on the streets and being a little bit psychotic. But
and this is like kind of is around the whole like backstory or feeling for how Bob has about drugs and needles, and like he won't touch chemicals and things like that. He's like, drinking and smoking is it, and like
Stevo right now is like fucked up on acid, and he's like sitting there like, yeah, that shit's gonna fuck you up, man. Which I don't know if it's good.
That scene there where like Matthew's laying out watching Bob, it's like that's when you can see their real friendship. He's like, he could just listen to him talk all day about this, just like going on rambles.
And then we get a shot. It's so beautiful, and it's just of them walking down the street. And I love their style, man, especially Stevo. It looks like they look kind of like pajama bottoms almost. And then he's like in a leather jacket with his blue hair, and then Bob has got the mohawk, you know, and like a army jacket on. Fuck, these motherfuckers got style. Were any of you into the punk music at all, or?
Oh yeah, I was.
Who was your favorite punk?
I like Bad Brains, and then I liked the Misfits, and
And Misfits was probably my introduction, and kind of whatever, I don't know, whatever band was recommended around the Misfits is kind of where I stayed, but never too heavy into the punk scene.
and I liked GTO. They're from Japan. That was probably the last punk album I listened to that I was like, oh, I love punk forever. And then I quit McDonald's, and I was like, a lot of punk kind of sucks. So.
I liked a lot of new age punk, like 2000s. If you consider it punk, like Blink 182, Sum 41.
Oh well, yeah.
Green Day.
Yeah, Green Day.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
I like heavier stuff too, but that old school punk, like what he's talking about, like Sex Pistols and stuff.
Yeah,
I just can't get into it. It's too punk for
I
me.
I think the best mainstream punk band is probably the Clash, or the Ramones. I think anybody can listen to those.
Yeah.
The only thing I was gonna say, I was a poser. I didn't really listen to music too much back then. I just liked the style. Thought it was cool as shit. Honestly, I like the attitude they had because as a kid growing up, like the rebellious people, like they didn't give a fuck about anything and they just did whatever. And I thought that was badass.
Yeah, super
Funny
bad.
story. Yeah.
Now we're getting into the scene where we meet. We kind of talked about it a little, but we meet Stevo's parents, and his dad is like everything I want to be. He's so accepting of Stevo. It's crazy.
Yes. This is the first scene I actually laughed in the movie at, honestly.
Yeah. And he's like, they're sitting there kind of lecturing him, and he's just sitting there like,
well,
and then he gets his like turn to talk, and he's like, you want to sit here and talk about love? Love failed. You're divorced. And first time in my life, I'm 18 and I can say, fuck you.
Zach, I did like honestly, dude, for a 90s movie, I thought they were gonna like ream him, but the fact that they were so progressive like really took me aside.
Yeah.
I was just like, okay. Like the dad's talking and mom's in the background just being like, be you. We want you to be you, love everything. And he's just like, but the dad is like so accepting of it. And I love that they actually did that because he wants him to do things, but they also want him to be himself. And I love that they were showing that.
Exactly. I hope I'm like this. Especially they go out to eat. He like takes him out for hot dogs or something. And, he just like screams out of nowhere, like, take a picture, it'll last longer. And he's still just sitting there like, this is my boy.
Yeah, they're at like a fancy ass restaurant, and he ordered a fucking hot dog.
Man.
The phrase that comes to mind that could describe this entire movie would be "do as I say, not as I do."
Mm-hmm.
And the entire time, Matthew Lillard, especially in that scene where you meet his folks, they're sitting there telling him like, "You did it, son! Like you're about to graduate high school. What a monumental hump you're about to get over in life. Like new chapter. You're going to Harvard." And he's just like, "No, I'm not, because Harvard sucks, and this is why." And you're all just, what does he say when he's in the restaurant? Like the monologue, it's just they're preparing me as cannon fodder for the military. Like everything that he is expected to do is he takes it as an affront to his existence to be free.
Mm-hmm.
He just takes it to the extreme, but this scene almost foreshadows, and we'll get there, but like the ending of this film, like Matthew Lillard even calls his parents out, like, because his dad even says, like, "Listen, me and your mother, we attended Woodstock, and we got behind some things, and we, what did he say? We put an end to the Vietnam War to make sure that your generation could grow up free." And Matthew Lillard calls out the hypocrisy. He goes, "Your generation didn't accomplish shit. Like, you're sitting here being a corporate lawyer in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. Mom and dad, you sit there and talk about the peace and love generation. You guys are divorced."
Yeah.
Like, you guys are completely, So, tell me if that isn't how it works. Like, you imagine as a kid growing up doing X, Y, and Z, being able to change so many things and do so many things your parents' generation did. Like, we're not going to make those same mistakes. And it's like, well, we're almost 40, guys. What do you have to say? Like, yeah, we changed a whole lot.
For sure.
One thing that's actually brought up for me is my dad, he worked maintenance, for 30 some odd years. And I remember when I was a kid, I'd go with him and I'd be like, dude, I want to be maintenance when I get older, Dad. And my dad just looked at me and he's just like, no, be better than me. And I took offense to that when I was a kid. I was like, what are you talking about? But now I understood. Like, as a dad myself, like, I want my kids to be better than me. I want them to do so much more than me. And I don't know. That kind of, again, I'm kind of glad I watched this in my 30s because I get where the dad's coming from. Like, he wants him to be better than him. But like I said, the end of this is the first scene I laughed because he's just like, after he does his spiel and leaves, he's just like, kid's gonna make a damn good lawyer someday. And the wife's just like, he takes after his father. He's a son of a bitch. And like, I just fucking lost it.
Fuck you, dude.
Absolutely lost it.
This next scene, when they're kind of in the mall, is one of my favorite rants from Stevo. I wish I could quote it word for word, but he's talking about the posers. They're doing it for fashion, not for like their beliefs. And it shows like that poser going down the escalator and he like flips them off like anarchy in the UK. And then like Matthew Lillard like kind of mocks him like anarchy in the UK. And then he goes on a spiel of like, who started it first? Like, was it England? Was it America? He's like, who gives a fuck who started it? Like you could tell he truly loves this lifestyle right now.
Yep. Real quick, I actually have a fun fact about that kid saying anarchy in the UK. The director, James, hated how that kid said it. So that's actually a voiceover of the director saying it. Because he's just like, I just hated how this kid said it. So he did it himself.
That's hilarious.
What happens next?
Oh, they go to the punk rock band. Or the punk rock. Or the punk rock
party.
Show.
Yep.
Which is, I always wanted to go to one of those growing up.
Oh, I'm sure it smells down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It smells like sex, drugs, and rock and roll, Kobe. Okay, how it's supposed to do.
I think it smells like BO and stale beer
and hair gel.
Yeah, but it does look fucking tight. I've been to a couple like small venue bands, and it's almost like this, not as wild. Super cool. But yeah, this shit's wild. And this is where we meet Mark.
This is where we meet Mark. Dude,
Mark,
I love this character. I mean, he's insane. Mark's whole spiel, what is it? Supposedly his parents died in a plane crash, like his whole family. His whole family died in front of him, and it fucked him up mentally, but he got a huge insurance payout. So he's just living off that insurance money. Basically the equivalent of a rich, I'm assuming German or Swedish press fund kid. So he's just living that good life, like still trying to party it up. And what does Matthew Lillard say? The only reason he kind of hangs around is because the one thing you can count on Mark for, like, yeah, he's crazy, but he's always got weed and acid.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
but it comes with a very bad price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys do, but I've gone to buy like shit from shady people before,
bro.
And
dude,
it sucks. Pineapple Express explained it pretty good. Where he's like, "And what's up with drug dealers? They think they're your friend. They're not your friend." And like you go to a house, exactly, and it's like, "Dude, you got this shit? Thanks." And they just keep going on and on and on. It's like, bro, I told my boys I'd come pick this up. They're waiting on me,
I'm glad you said that. I have one dude. He was actually my upstairs neighbor. Show probably remembers him. Him and I had a conversation like the first time through. He's just like, listen, come in, get your shit, get out. I'm like, that's exactly what I want to do.
Please. I don't want anything
And
else
like,
to do with
he
you.
was my neighbor though. Like he was cool. Like we invite him down here and there, but whenever it came to that, it was just get in, get the fuck out in the store, go about our lives. Would I chill out every once in a while because he's doing something? Like only if he asked me to. Yeah, because he was my neighbor. He was cool. But there was some fucking sketchy ass times, man. So I can't even. My biggest one is whenever I fucking visited you in Chicago. God damn, dude. The people we got it from, they were weird as shit.
Oh man.
Yeah,
No, there are a couple cool ones.
Them Chicago plugs, I bet are fucking weird, man.
I'm just real quick. I remember Shope and I got what we came for, and we put it at the end of our cigarettes, and we just walked down the street. And I just remember because this was illegal back then, obviously, and people were just like kind of looking at us because we didn't have a hitter. So just a real quick as we're going down the street, and people like turn back and look at us, but we're good. It was fine.
Fuck yeah,
it's a good time.
It kind of took a lot of the fun out of it becoming legal. You used to have to like, fuck, where can we go smoke this?
Yeah, or who's holding? Like, who do you know? Like
now you just go get it.
Mark, I think that's what his whole character kind of took me back. About a decade or two. Yeah. Like, man, like, again having to know a Mark. Like, hey, Mark, you good for the night? And either yes or no. But this Mark, it comes with strings attached. His big hang up, other than being a little bit psychotic, which we'll get to, but he likes to show off his toys.
Yeah, dude.
He's a rich dude who's like, just bought a new TV, and I bought this color of remote because it's obviously way cooler. Hey, let me show you my shower head with this built-in speaker or what the fuck ever. Like,
it's a laser disc.
It's like, and they're all just there. I mean, Bob fell asleep. Bob, like,
hey, fuck you, man. What? No, fuck you. I said I'm sorry.
Oh my. I said I'm sorry. Like,
Mark, we're friends.
Give me a kiss.
And it's cool
to see Mark have a little bit of a moment. He whips out a fucking gun.
Not any gun, like a
fucking dirty Harry style, man.
Dirty, yeah. I mean, that thing is a hand cannon. And he's having a meltdown because he thinks somebody stole all of his weed. Like, he opens up his it looks like a TV, one of those old school TV armoires, cabinets or whatever. And what the shit? Like, oh my God, somebody's always stealing my shit. It's like, did you empty your pockets? And that's what he makes Bob do. He holds him at gunpoint. He's like, empty your fucking pockets. It's like, yeah, dude, you're gonna keep a pound of weed in your fucking pocket? Like, calm the fuck down, Mark.
And it's cool that they got to play Mark as that fucking dude from Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah.
Hans Stiglitz.
Played a psycho in that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a little bit crazy. He was a little crazy.
I gotta say, I'm sorry. Are you trying to move on real quick?
No, go for it.
I gotta say, this is probably one of my favorite scenes with Mike, because Bob rushes the stage. He's having a good time. That's when he said, I gotta do something. And he starts getting the shit kicked out of him by the security guard. And Mike's just like, I'll be right back. I gotta take care of something. And you just see this preppy, well-dressed dude moving through, takes off the glasses so you know what's up, and he goes and defends his boy, beats the shit out of that security guard. I think they said he was like 18 or something.
Yeah.
And he was 18, and he whipped the bouncer.
He beating the shit out of him. And I just love that it showed that, because even when Stevo pulls out of old Sandy and jumps on the stage as well to get into it to help Bob out as well, it's like they got that unity. And even at the end of it, Mike's just around the security guard. He's just like, you jumped my boy. I mean, I'm sorry that I gave you a beating, but I mean, you didn't handle that correctly.
Like, I'm the bodyguard. He's like, well,
I love how that scene went down. It was so good.
love like Stevo. He's like fucking, and Sandy's like, hey, Stevo, and like, or he's like, hey, Bob, and Stevo looks at him. He's like, yeah, Bob, as he's like, yeah, Bob. Like, get it. All right, moving on. Part 2. Stevo gets deeper into chaos of the scene while also dealing with relationships, college pressure, and questions about his future. This section keeps getting this wild energy going with fights, parties, and weird adventures. But you also start seeing Stevo struggle with what he actually wants in life. So we didn't really talk about it in the first part, but Bob doesn't like mirrors, and when he sees a mirror, he punches it. But he got a real bad infection, so he's kind of been in the quarantine.
Yeah.
While this is all going on, and I love this part because can you imagine going? I don't forget how long he was in there. 3 weeks or something.
3 weeks.
3 weeks, like by yourself in a room. I'd go fucking crazy, mental. But they open it up, and he's just kind of sitting there, all fucking like, "You really here?"
I say, I think this brings us to like the house party he's at, right? They're hosting the house party, and again, this is another one of my. I love how they did this scene because he's kind of going around, introducing everyone, talking about the relationship with Trish. And again, fucking Mike, he's just like, this guy, not a fucking poser, looks like a total nerd. He's like, oh, I'll be right back. And this guy walks in, bumps into him, just fucking smashes his head into the wall, and even just like kind of throws his hat back at him. Again, another scene. I rewound it like 4 times because he's just so nonchalant about it. And I had tears in my eyes, and I was dying. And Matthew Lillard's like, you can even see him kind of crack up as he comes back into the scene. Oh, that guy's just getting cracked up against the wall.
Yep.
Oh, I couldn't handle it, man.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, that scene right there, for some reason, it reminded me of Jacob, Derek's cousin, where I'm just like, I could see him standing in a corner at a house party, lights flashing, music blaring. And I don't know, some poor soul just crossed his path at the wrong time. And next thing you know, he just slams his head into a wall. It's like, well, shouldn't have been there.
Yeah, I mean that Mike's is it Mike? Is that his name?
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah,
Jason Segel's character.
He's the most punk of them all,
for sure.
Just
he's
like
not
a preppy dude.
He's not trying to be anybody but himself. So,
mm-hmm.
In reality, I was going to talk about this later, but they're all posers in a way, except Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
And Mark. Mike and Mark are the most punk.
It's true.
And they kind of give you hints of that throughout the film. I mean, the scene where his dad rolls up to pick Mike up, and he shows up in a Porsche. It's like, yeah, dude, you wouldn't be able to afford. And they really hammer the message home later on when he meets his like future wife, but like you wouldn't be able to afford the clothes and the hair dye and all the things that make you punk. Like your parents float your lifestyle, so not really. You're a poser, you know.
We already talked about it, but they go on and talk to Mark and explain his story, and they buying drugs, and then after that whole Stevo situation, he's like, okay, let's go steal a car. And they go just steal a car, and like him and Stevo are just smoking weed in the front, talking.
And they try to sink it in the fucking.
It's the Great Salt Lake. What's that mean?
Great Salt Lake. Everything is buoyant.
It makes things buoyant. Sink you fool.
Say whips out the gun, sink you fool. Pop, 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 pop. Oh my god! Seriously, one of the best characters in this movie.
Yeah, and then we meet that one. She's like the young girl. What's her Jennifer?
Jen.
Yeah. That shit kind of fucks me up. Like, she's cool at first, but when you see her again, it's like, fuck, dude. And even Stevo
is the
like,
one that goes off.
This isn't right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she because her brother is like some sort of weird cult leader chilling in the basement and convinces her to go off of her medication. Like, I mean, she was cool at first, like, oh, just another punk chick, but then like, oh no, she's crazy.
Yeah.
And Matthew Lillard does warn us, like, if you ever catch her in an alleyway and she's not on her meds, like, she's a carnivore. She will kill you.
Yeah. I've met people like that where it's like they need medication, and when they're off their medication, it's like, I do not like this person, man.
So I don't know about you guys. Did you guys know what mods were whenever they were talking about this movie? Because
I
I
did not.
didn't
I
at
did
all.
not know.
I had to
Yeah.
look it up. You
What
did,
is it?
Jesse?
Yeah,
It's
they're
like, oh, go ahead, good sir. No.
they come from the '60s style originally, but then they moved into the new wave '80s style. They're kind of an offshoot of new wave, or maybe new wave's an offshoot of them, but they kind of like more electronic, poppy
Modernist.
music, modern
Mhm.
music, or modernist music. Yeah, so they're not. I wouldn't call them punks at all. They all ride mopeds, but everybody's got their thing.
I know John, the main one. He's cool. I like that one.
He's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like even when he's talking to Sean when they're first introduced him, he's buying the acid off him. The guy's getting in his face, and you said he's like, you want to fight? And he's just like, wait, is your mom still picking us up for soccer practice? He's like, yeah, man, we'll see you at 4. Like I fucking loved that part so much. It's just so nonchalant about it. But yeah, this thing is to one of my the beer run.
The beer run, yes.
The beer run.
Which is wild because I'm sure it was like that where you can't buy beer there. So they have to go like to the next city, I guess, over.
It's like fireworks here, man.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
We hop over the Indiana line.
Yeah, and these people see them and they're just they can't fathom what these fucking guys look like. You look like an Indian.
Down the mental hospital. We'll get you right back there. Hold on. We're from England.
Oh. And then Bob, of course, overhears like that lady talking about the religion and how God is gonna come back, and what she says something that like just pisses Bob off. He's like, "What?
Nazis?"
Oh, she's like kind of a racist, right, or something?
Yeah, they're talking about the Satan followers and everything, and then he pretty much asks them about what they think about Nazis.
And their response is, "Well, I don't see Nazis as demons, more just a gathering of people."
Gathering of people.
And they're just like,
"What?
Nope."
Stevo like moons him with the 666 tattoo.
66, yeah.
It's so funny when they're running out. He's still got like his pants down with like all the beer. He's just like shuffling his little legs.
Dude, Matthew Lillard is he's just that fucking guy, man.
He is.
He's good in every single role. I don't think I've ever seen him in a role I did not like.
Yeah, accurate.
I think this is my favorite of his. I think that I like him in Scream, but I think he does. This one shows a wider range of his like acting ability.
Yeah,
and especially the ending. I was like, he's a real actor.
God.
You know what I mean? I was like, dude, it was so powerful.
I had a lump in my throat, man.
Yeah, big time.
Damn. But I love how this next thing they just fucking jump the skinheads. They're like, we jump them every single chance we get and just beats the fuck out of them. And I love that because even though they stand for chaos, which I mean that's part of it. They're like, we don't stand for no fucking Nazis, man. Like we'll accept some people here and there, but every single chance they see a Nazi, it's literally on site. They will beat the shit out of them.
Yes.
And I love that so much about them. I love that they actually show that too, because I think we're all the same way, especially in today's world. Actually, fucking Nazis coming back, and if you are one, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
You're a piece of shit, but you can edit that out. That's fine. But yeah, Nazis on site.
Agreed. Fuck you.
I was gonna say, please, someone have my back.
No, we got you. I'm there.
Put you in my basement.
Another Stevo kind of montage here where he's talking about like, fighting, capitalism, government, the system, and how just everything just keeps going in a circle. Super cool. I wish I could I got to get this like audiobook or something. I could just listen to Stevo just rant.
He breaks down so much good information, man.
I know. You can't watch this movie one time. Like
it's literally a history lesson.
Yeah. It's so
like I'm sitting there and I'm just like, I'm learning so much shit from this movie. Like it's insane because they cover so much about it. I think that's
Yeah.
what appeals to me most about this movie is that
I mean, Punk's
dull moment.
definitely hated Reagan. That's definitely a reoccurring theme. Like Reagan was the Antichrist. But I mean, his rants on not only current things going on, but just like, I don't know, his philosophy as a whole. I mean, it really shows his struggle, and really just the paradox of anarchy. Like, especially like when he's talking about fighting, fighting involves basically infers fascism at the end, at the end of the day, but we fight for a different reason. So it's different, but it's the same. And it's like, well, what are you trying to say, Matthew Lillard? Like,
he doesn't know.
But he doesn't know. That's the whole point. Like, he's just a dumb.
He's just rebelling to rebel. Yeah. Like,
exactly.
He thinks he has something to pinpoint everything at, but it's so broad. It's the world, So it's like what are you just gonna give up at that point,
And it's a reoccurring thing. Like, even his dad sitting in the Porsche where he's like, you bought it from a Volkswagen dealership, and his dad just snaps and he's like, it's a car. It's a car. And it's like,
you're
that's
Jewish.
The whole point. That's the whole point that you're missing, Matthew Lillard. Like, it's just a car. It's all just
a car.
You're fighting a fight that doesn't need to be fought.
You are assigning whatever you want to that. Like, you're assigning importance to that. Like your rebellion, you haven't figured it out yet. You just like living in a warehouse and not getting a job.
Exactly. That's all you got, but he can't admit that to himself.
Moving on to part 3 here, the tone becomes darker as the consequences of the punk lifestyle begin catching up with the characters. Friendship becomes strained, emotions run higher, and Stevo starts realizing rebellion alone may not give him direction. And this is, you do feel at this point the movie just shifts. Like, it is so fun and it's so cool up to this point. Like, they're in the head shop, Trish's head shop, and they're having fun. He's like banging on the bongos, and then Bob starts talking about Trish, like how she's making a contribution to society. She's got a job, and Stevo, he's like, what? Like, this is a head shop, and fuck that.
This is where this is also where Mark comes to say more or less his goodbye. He just stops in, and the last thing he tells Bob is "fuck you." Hey
Stevo, fuck you.
Hey Stevo, fuck you. That's right. Yeah, and they do a kind of freeze frame where it's like, and that was the last we ever saw of him. He moved to Miami, and rumor has it he died in a plane crash like he was supposed to with his family. Like, it's like, goddamn. But and after that, but that's Salt Lake City. People come, people go.
Yeah, and this movie is really good about like, everybody experiences change in their life, but this movie is really good at giving you that kind of change where you, looking back, you saw the changes, but in the moment you didn't see them. And so it's like, what's that? Is it Mark Twain? I think I could be misquoting. He said, "I went broke in 2 stages, little at a time, then all at once." And you can apply that to this, where it's like things change a little bit, and then all at once they're changed. And every time I see this movie, which I haven't seen it in a long time, this is the first time in a long time, but it clicked for me all the time. I look back at my own life, and I was like, "Oh, that was a crack, and that was a crack, and that was a crack," and then it all fell apart or whatever. This movie's really good about doing that.
You gave up on life, didn't you?
We got to watch that one too.
Yeah, Team America.
I love that movie.
It's a great movie. But yeah, no, I mean, this is kind of where, in the most simple terms, it's time to grow up. Life moves on whether you want it to or not. And for me, at least, watching this movie, and especially this part, just because they were all partying, at a house party, it's like, oh yeah, like I couldn't tell you what the last house party I went to was, but at some point we all attended our last like college, let's get wasted house party, and it's like that's kind of what we're seeing here. Like Mark tells him he's going to the University of Notre Dame to pursue environmental law, and or not Mark, Mike, and Mark, of course, he just basically said he's heading back to Miami, and so he's gone. A whole bunch of relationships just kind of start to splinter at this point in the film.
Yep. Bob is really getting to become like really close with Trish. I think Stevo kind of's got some resentment. They kind of leave him at one point, and you can see him like kind of scoff, and that's where he's walking down the street and he sees his dad, and gets in the car with his dad, and his dad kind of calls him out on the bullshit, like we were talking. It's like, this is all an act, a phase. Like, if you didn't give a fuck, then why'd you try so hard in school? Like, what? Why'd you get straight A's? And he says, like, I don't know, like he kind of got him there. It kind of pisses him off, but
kind of runs into the past and sees what the lifestyle really does to you, because he bumps into Sean and sees that he's begging for money and doesn't recognize him at first, and we get that amazing scene where he's applying for the job and he's just like, you think I like women's clothes? Huh? Just like fucking snapping on that lady, and I absolutely love that scene so much.
She was so funny.
It was hilarious, but also really sad. Like, he just completely burned. I mean, yeah.
And he's like so like stuck on the idea. He's like, well, no one's hiring. Well, no one's hiring you.
Yeah, you're the problem here.
But he even said, like,
yeah,
I'm sorry. I was going to interject one more thing. He, like, the fact that he says, like, I'm a bum now. It fucking sucks. And you just see Matthew Lillard's face. Like, he's kind of like, oh shit. And then Sandy like gives him money, and he even kind of looks at her like she's still like, yeah, man, do your thing. That's cool. And he's just, you can see Matthew kind of like, oh fuck, dude. Like this is not good.
And he's a perfect example of what Matthew was preaching about the whole time. He's like,
yeah,
this is what I want. I want to be nothing. I want to be a waste of life. And it's like that you're looking at it. That's what you're getting.
Right there, man.
And I love how he even says, like, it tore me up because I turned my back on it. Like, I didn't want to see it. I didn't want anything to do with that. Where previously he would have been like, yeah, like you said, like, fuck yeah, dude, punk on, let's party.
Yep.
So yeah, the reality is starting to hit him. So what's he do? He goes and drops acid. I gotta try this acid thing, man.
Yeah, this is a whole trip.
Yeah.
With what's her name? Sandy.
I've never done acid, but everyone has always told me you got to be like in the right mind and the right environment,
right state too.
And being bummed out and kind of scared and all this pressure on you doesn't seem like a good time to maybe drop acid, Stevo.
No, probably not.
Yeah, and they're all fucked up and they're fucking and talking, and you can tell the world's kind of starting to weigh on them. What's after this?
That scene with them where they drive out into the middle of the lake, though, that whole shot with the van and beautiful. Like there was a lot going on there. I'm sure there's some foreshadowing happening with Bob kind of being like the angel on his shoulder. Like, I don't know. There was just so much like to absorb in that whole shot with it's just their red van and Trish and Bob hanging out behind Stevo, and they're just hanging out in the middle of that lake, and it looks like a dream or a mirror. I don't know. Brilliant shot though. Like that whole scene in the film, I just kind of fell in love with. Really, really good shot.
I agree with you, man. I was watching that and I was just like, dude, this is literally like a TV cover, or an album cover right there. Like, it was just anarchist van people just standing on like the mirrored lake. I think I'm not sure if that's what they call it. The flatlands, I think is what they call it. But yeah, that whole scene was just absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
But the house scene, I think before that, where they go and see Chris, and we see Jen freaking out. This scene like really confused me.
Yeah, I feel like they could have did
break it
without
down,
this.
please, if you can.
I can't. I don't.
Okay.
I don't like this scene. This is like the only part of the movie where I'm like, I just felt uncomfortable in this whole interaction between these people. The weirdo, like Satan, he does not exist. I don't get it. I don't know. It just gave me anxiety, I guess. Like I felt anxiety during this part.
I felt like super, super weirded out. And like for once, like you said, like I didn't know what the hell was going on. And like the whole movie, I wasn't following everything because there's a lot of shit going on. But
yeah,
man, I even noticed one thing as well, like between Stevo and Bob, like their outfits have changed as well. Like they're not as hardcore punk rock. Like they're wearing like jeans and you know what the 90s guys are wearing. You got the undersleeve with the t-shirt over. It's
Bob
kind
hasn't.
of dulled down
You
a
can
little
tell
bit.
Bob hasn't like done his mohawk in a while.
Yeah.
It's kind of just like flat.
Yeah.
I think the whole point of this house party is maybe because Sandy's fucking another guy and that makes Stevo jealous. Because that's like the main thing about it is he's not supposed to be jealous. He's not supposed to give a fuck. But he does. He gets pissed.
How would you all react?
Oh, same way.
Same.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be in that situation.
Would you be pissed at the dude? Like, would you beat the shit out of the dude, honestly? I mean, I'm not saying beat the shit out of the girl. I mean,
if it's me, I don't know. But if it's Stevo, it's just because he constantly just fools himself. You know, he's like, oh, I'm completely fine with this. I'm cool with this. And he beats up that dude, and it's like, I don't know. And then it's also it's like the same thing with like Bob is falling in love with Trish, and they're kind of working out, and then this happens to him, so he just kind of goes overboard on it. But it's like you laid the groundwork, bro. Like you did that.
Yeah. And then this next part again is another heavy part where Bob and Stevo are talking back at their apartment, and Bob's kind of saying like, he says he wants to like leave or something, right? He wants to leave Salt Lake City.
No,
or no, he wants to stay.
He's saying this is home.
Yeah, he wants to stay.
Yep.
And
he's like swooning right now, man. He's on cloud 9 because of Trish. Yeah.
And Stevo gets pissed. Like, this is not my fucking home. You know, I'll write you off like that. Like, pretty fucking heavy.
Yeah, that was mean. And you can tell how much it hurt Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah, like because he even turns around. That's the first time like you actually see emotion because he's even got tears in his eyes, man. Yeah, like I locked into that immediately because if my brother, like literally, it's if like one of you guys said that shit to me, I'm like, fuck.
Yeah,
I feel that.
Is this before or after they go see his dad?
Before. This is
before. Okay,
before. Yep. So you don't really. I guess it's just like the punk, or they're just moving on. You don't really see them make up. I'm guessing they just kind of move past it. Fucking punks. But yeah, that shit was heavy. For someone to say like, "I'll fucking write you off like that," and we've been fucking, like you said, brothers since we were 8, 9.
Yeah, Stevo is just—he's in a bad place right now.
Yeah, and I think Bob.
He's got chaos inside of him, literally. And like this brings us to fucking Mike again. Mike, man, drunk as shit, didn't like the windows in the cars on his street, so he just decides to bash them all. And again, this is literally Marshall. He's taking on fucking everyone. They didn't even say like they had to call backup. And I love that they even said like this motherfucker, he broke his handcuffs, kicked open the back window, and bolted. And it took him a week to actually admit it. Like that shit cracked me up. And it's just like, yeah. But then you realize like, okay, he's not that guy anymore. He's now wants to save the environment, like we were talking about. Go to my school. That represent college football, Notre Dame. That's what's up.
Notre Dame rocks.
What?
They rock.
Okay. You cut out.
That's my
I had to make sure, man.
That's my. I don't watch a lot of college football, but that's who I root for.
Hell yeah. What'd you say, Show? What'd you say?
You got a fucking problem down there?
Don't make me come
I
through the
got nothing.
screen, man.
No. Mm-mm.
I know where you live. Oh shit, he's hacking me. Oh shit. Oh,
You've been
no.
hacked.
All right,
Oh,
now.
the porn. It's gone.
Last part here, the emotional climax forces Stevo to confront adulthood, loss, and whether he truly wants to stay part of the punk scene forever. The movie
Man.
closes with a major turning point for his character. So, yeah, again, it stays pretty heavy. This is the scene you were talking about, I believe. They're out on the lake with just a van in the fog.
Yeah,
Looks super
This
dope.
last 25 minutes of this film is heavy as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve-O's going through it. Bob's trying to hook him up. Like, hey, man, Trisha's got a cousin or a sister. Like,
Brandy.
Mhm.
who's
Super
fucking
babe.
smoking. Yeah.
She's a babe, man.
Hello, Brandy. And he's like, sure. Just don't pity me,
I just love it. How he's just like, oh, she's a rich girl. I'm a rich boy.
Yeah.
Let's do this. It's fine.
Which I feel like was kind of fucked up to say. Like, yeah, I'm a rich boy. Like, she said,
right?
like, dude, I'm a punk. I'm not a rich boy, but in reality, he is. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, when they go to visit his dad, like, you never see Bob so nervous. And
Yeah.
this is just, I'm going to say something. This is completely off topic. The coat that Matthew Lillard is wearing in this scene, the black coat with like the stripes on it, I fucking
Mhm.
want that coat so bad, man.
yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
honestly.
It's so badass. Like, I don't mean to take us off point, but like, I want that coat so bad.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's dope.
Anyways,
There's a couple
back
things
to his old man.
in this movie.
Because he's
that I
just
want.
playing. He's living in a shop, right? Like a
Yeah,
workshop?
it's like a garage warehouse type thing. Doesn't even recognize him. And what is super heavy is they're driving back and Bob actually like apologizes for it, which is
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
heavy. And Steve-O, the man, good friend, he's like, dude, don't apologize. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like, why are you
I'm sorry you had to
apologizing?
fucking grow up like that. That's and
But
I don't know.
is it? Oh, sorry.
Well, I don't. How would that make you feel? Like Steve-O again, like he's a poser, I think. But you have this beautiful family and home, and you come from money, and you choose not to accept that, which is cool, I guess. But then you get the reality of Bob,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
it'd make me feel like a piece of shit if I was doing that. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
we can still be punk and crash at my parents' house.
Yeah. For real.
One thing I gotta say, the line that absolutely gutted me is that he even looks at Steve-O and he's just like, "Do you think I let my dad down?"
Mhm.
Like that shit fucking hurt. Like his dad is literally passed out in a warehouse, thinks the CIA is following him, drunk as hell in an old military uniform, and he's asking if he thinks his dad let him down. And like Steve-O being the man he is, he's like, dude, your dad let you down.
For sure.
Mhm.
Like that, like I said, this whole last 25 minutes hit fucking hard. And I love that because there's no judgment on both sides. He's like, you know what, man? Like they're completely real with each other. And I love that so much about their relationship.
Yeah.
So going to the party, this is where Steve-O meets Brandy, and one of my favorite things is she kind of calls him out on the bullshit of, why are you
Instantly.
doing this? Why do you dye your hair? And he's like, oh, I'm a punk, and she's like, well, that's not punk, that's fashion. And
You look like a bum.
exactly, like it's just fashion again, because everyone is a poser. Everybody in the world.
Yep.
So I don't know. Does that make you not a poser? This shit's fucking wild, man. It's deep. But I love how she calls him out, and it kind of hits Steve-O too. Like, fuck, she's right.
Yeah, because he even asked her age. She's like, how old are you? And she's like 19. Like he was even just like, shit, like I have this younger girl seeing through all my bullshit right now and calling me out on all of it. But you know what? It's her party, and she's still talking to him all night.
Yep.
It's
All
true.
night until some fucking
Oh my
bitch
god!
Yeah.
gives Heroin Bob a Percocet or something, bunch of Percocet.
Yeah.
Handful of
Mhm.
Percocet. Yep. And
He's got a
like,
bad headache.
yeah, Shope and I were talking about this because I'm just like, you know what? Like, Heroin Bob never takes pills ever. Scared of needles. Only drinks and smokes cigarettes. And
That's it.
obviously, he wasn't in his right mind. Like, he didn't even second guess that. Like, yeah, he said I don't like pills, but then he just like takes a whole fucking handful.
Yeah.
And like that didn't seem right. And Shope, what did you say earlier?
Well, I think his headache. I mean, I could be way off base, but that gnarly infection he got at the beginning of the film when he, busted up his hand real bad. I could be way off, but I think he was still suffering side effects from that infection that they didn't
Yeah.
fully get, which is
Could've.
why he started getting the headache. Maybe it could have been a blood clot, could have been a
And
bunch of
had
stuff.
they subscribed
but
him something, he wouldn't have taken it. So,
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, that makes sense.
And yeah, just I think it was a combination of things. I think it was a combination of the lifestyle where he busted up his hand and just refused to go to the doctor, and the fact that he took a handful of Percocet, downed it with some booze, and his overall intolerance to medication. He just doesn't take medication, doesn't like needles, doesn't like doctors. So, real fucking sad because we get to see Matthew Lillard take Bob back to their
Pad.
their squat,
Yeah.
in the warehouse basically, and he tosses him on the mattress and puts him to bed. And it just takes me back, like, how many times have any of us haven't done that for one another or a buddy, where you've had too much to drink and you help your buddy back home and you toss him in the bed and say, I'll see you in the morning. That was this situation, except
Yep.
Matthew wakes up to Bob having OD'd in his sleep. And what a shitty,
Shit.
heavy, just, I mean, brilliant, great as in terms of the movie, but terrible scene.
I've seen this
hell,
movie many a times, but every time I watch it, I still hope the outcome is different. I don't, even though I know the outcome, but I'm like, fuck, Stevo, he's got pills in him, Like, stick your
Yeah.
fingers down his throat.
Something. Yeah. I watched this movie twice this week, and I can attest, same kind of feeling where you hope that it ends differently, that Bob ends up just waking up and they both end up having successful lives. But no, Bob overdoses right there on the mattress, and he's completely blue. And they take their time with the scene, to the point where you can see it all over Matthew Lillard's face. It just, the build up where he doesn't even want to believe it, and until he reaches over and checks for a pulse, and it's real quick and it's not there, obviously. And yeah, he just has that's,
dude.
this scene, I think, is the final nail in the coffin for Matthew Lillard's character, where you have to grow up. Like, the fun's over, and it sucks. Like, what a gut punch.
This scene is right up there with Never Ending Story with Artax, the horse.
Yeah.
Like, when he looks at him and he even says, like, what am I gonna do for a friend? Like that.
Yeah, what am I gonna do?
Absolutely.
That fucked me up.
Yeah.
It broke me, man. Like,
so
I couldn't even
heavy.
imagine. Like, we've all dealt with death in our life, and imagine, I mean, coming down and like that is your brother, and there's nothing you could do, even though you were the last person to see him alive. And hell, the last thing he said to him was "night, asshole." Like, that's how it was. And it only takes him a second to actually realize too. Like, it's just that this part is probably number 3 where like I said, it wasn't just a lump, Jesse. I lied beforehand, man. I fucking sobbed. They're man tears. They're
It's
grown man tears.
it's
But,
Grown
so
man tears. That's
sad.
fine.
I
It
didn't
was
wipe
sad.
them or anything. I just let them sit on my face for a while, man.
Mhm.
I had to bask in it.
Every time I watch it and I feel it start coming, I had to go,
Yeah.
like start shifting, like, man, this
Yeah.
movie.
It's
about over.
the same thing with Shaun of the Dead, where it took something catastrophic to get Shaun to change, just like it took something catastrophic to make
Yeah.
Stevo change. And how terrible, like
Yeah.
at least Ed dies like I don't mind being eaten, like
Yeah.
He died a
kind of
hero.
he gets to say goodbye to him, but he doesn't get to say goodbye to Bob.
Yeah.
No.
And
Oh,
Bob wanted to
that's
live,
so
man.
funny.
Like he even said, he's like, I'm gonna marry Trish. I'm in love.
Yeah.
Like he was gonna change up his life, man, and move on. Like that's what makes it even worse. It's like
Yeah.
Mhm.
he had already set goals for himself. Like he was happy for once, Fuck.
Yep. Horrible. I
Damn
still
you,
cry.
Colby.
I still cry
Yeah,
every
thanks
time
again,
I see
Colby.
it. Hey, man.
Appreciate the trauma, man.
Every
Uh,
movie.
and then we find out Bob was actually the one to introduce Stevo to kind of this style that he was tired of playing these little kid games. He wanted to kind of
Love that scene.
Yeah.
do his own thing.
Dude, this whole wrap up at the end where it gives us the complete story, like to Bob, like their story like ends with seeing their childhood, how it all began and how it ended, because it's taking place at Bob's funeral. So I mean, just what a beautiful ending. Brilliantly crafted. I mean, wow. So yeah, we see. I keep. I just want to say Matthew Lillard. What's his character's
Evo.
name? Stevo. Stevo is at Bob's funeral, and to kind of again just solidify the final nail in the coffin of him being a punk, he shaved his head. He doesn't have any hair left. He just shaved his whole head and kind of decided he's done being a punk. And the movie pretty much finishes out with him sitting on that bench, telling us he's going to Harvard. Of course, I'm going to Harvard, just like my dad wanted. Like, I was always a poser, and but that closing scene with Bob introducing him to punk and the punk lifestyle, I'm just like, man, it just made me like miss Bob even more in that moment. I'm like, Bob, you should be here.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah,
I do. Oh, go for it.
I was gonna say I love the whole like D&D portion of this as well, because Matthew
Yeah.
Lillard still plays D&D like crazy, man, and I love that they incorporated that. I'm not sure if they did it because he is such a huge D&D fan, but I love that turning point, because I think all of us in our teenage life, like we were set in one way and we kind of shifted at one point. Doesn't matter what it was. We were completely opposite at one point, and yet you still have friends and you stick with them no matter what they're going through. And I love the whole aspect of that. Is like, he didn't pressure him into it. He's like, give it a chance. Just give it a
Mhm.
chance. And he realized it. And that's one thing I love the dynamic about this, is like there was no pressure. It's just like, this is what's new, man. Let's check it out and see if we can go down this road together. And I just thought that was really cool.
Yes, sir. I love that he becomes a lawyer, and because that's how you do it. That's how you make change, as shitty as it is. But you have to fight the system within the system.
Mhm.
So
I can just imagine him in the courtroom, dude.
Oh, exactly. Like I think he even says like, I'm gonna go piss off some judges. Like he's still a punk. Like he's still
Mhm.
gonna
Exactly.
cause chaos in the courtroom. So yeah, that's SLC Punk. Jesse, you got anything on the ending there?
I think that the movie itself is a really good, almost small scale masterpiece. Like I really do think it's a really high up there film. I think it's a really good masterclass in just making a kind of a small story interesting and make you, because when I watched it, time flies. And so
Yeah.
I think it does a good job, and it sticks with you. Everything sticks with you. So I think it's great.
Yeah, there's not too many parts where you're like, oh God, you know.
Yes,
Like,
I completely agree.
there's just that one part for me, that house party. Like,
Yeah, I agree with that too. Cut that part out and just stick with
Yeah.
Brandy and him, and then you got it.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think this movie also kind of reminds us that we all still got a little punk rock in us. We could all
For
cause
sure.
chaos, and we would definitely want to fight the system,
yeah.
especially nowadays, man. I love that.
You don't want to
Maybe
fully
play this in
conform,
schools,
you know.
man.
Yeah.
Get this in high school. Play this shit. Have a whole anarchy 101.
Woo. So
Yep.
it like I said, had I watched this at a really young age, it would have inspired me. I definitely would have been more punk for a little bit. From 11 to 15, you know, I'd have been like,
Yeah.
fuck the man, which I still was, but I'd have just been more
You were actually more
fashionable.
rebellious. You were more rebellious than most people because you were so straight edge when we were kids.
Yeah, I kind of feel like Heroin Bob there. Like,
Yeah,
I wasn't gonna drink or even cuss or anything.
you never cussed.
Like, you're not telling me what
saw-
to do. I'm not
He saw a
conforming.
boob. He saw a boob once on TV and was like, "Oh goodness."
No, I was like, oh goodness. Yeah. Do we want to rank it? Maybe final
Let's
thoughts
rank
of
it.
how you felt.
Absolutely.
Kind of just did. I can go first. Again, this movie, my buddy Joe, I knew nothing about it, showed it to me. I was kind of later, 17, 18. Instantly fell in love. Was like, oh my God, what is this? I want to be this. The first time you watch it and that ending happens, you know, you're just not expecting it. So it comes out of nowhere and hits you like a ton of bricks. But still, Matthew Lillard, the way he just monologues this whole movie, I just cannot get enough of it. Where's the podcast at? Like, start a podcast and I will listen to you all day long. Love it.
Seriously.
But it's not perfect. So I will rate this. I'm gonna go 8.5.
Yeah. You know, first watch this or for the podcast here. I love this movie. Maybe it's just a little bit of the 90s nostalgia. This movie, just watching it, feels so very 90s. And I'm even though it takes place in 1985, it's just like, oh yeah, like that grainy film, kind of lower budget editing style. I'm here for it. But overall, man, the message of this movie, I think, regardless if you're a punk, if you're a kid, you've got a rebellious streak in you. That's just that's nature. You know, you fight against the man and fight against anybody older than you because that's just what you do. That's what your little brain is programmed to do. This movie just screams all of that, you know, just being a kid. I'm going to go with 7.8 for SLC Punk. I think it's Matthew Lillard's magnum opus. I'm not going to say he hasn't done other great work that I don't appreciate. There's plenty of movies that I love with him in it, but this really, I think, is something special that somehow went under the radar.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna give it a good old 7.
Just a good old 7.
Nice solid 7 there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a little bit higher. I'm up with Colby just because this movie again it really fucked me up, but it was good pace throughout it, and I definitely want to watch it again. I'm at an 8.2 for SLC Punk.
Very good.
0.2, and that will bring us to a 7.8. which
It's fair.
is right there with Dangerous Lives of Altar Boys. So
I mean,
shares
yeah,
a
What
spot
was the
there.
score?
7.8.
7.8.
So honestly, we're ranked a little bit higher because based on IMDb, it's at a 7.3. So yeah,
Okay.
fair rating.
Okay.
Yeah.
Colby, you gave it a 5?
I gave it a 8.5.
8.5. I heard 5. I was like, that's so low.
Yeah, no. No, this movie again, it's heavy, but I love it. I can watch it every 3 years or so.
Mhm. I remember every time he gets the pills, my stomach sinks. So for now on, when I watch it, I'm just gonna watch up until that part.
Up until that point, yeah.
You just feel the dread immediately when he swallows them, man. It's
Yeah.
insane.
You instantly are like, what? Don't do that.
Yeah.
Bob, no.
Uh,
It's always Bob, man.
But yeah, that'll do a wrap there on SLC Punk, man. Let us know what you guys think. Is this Matthew Lillard's best movie? I think it is.
I think so.
But yeah, put it in the comments. Let us know what you think. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, all that good jazz. We love ya. Peace out.